Kelly, and today I just wanted to talk about something that I think needs to be addressed because I know a lot of boys and girls go through this. You know, at any age, a lot of people go through this, especially dealing with a chronic illness, because you are constantly losing weight and gaining weight without any control, and it's really difficult to accept. And I've been dealing with that too, and I just want to kind of make you feel less alone about this topic and hopefully make you feel better. So let's get started. Okay, so first I'm going to kind of give like a background of kind of like how I grew up and the kind of challenges I faced with my weight just growing up. And then I'll kind of talk about, you know, how that kind of ties in with how upsetting it can be when you have no control over your weight when you get older. So when I was younger, I never really felt comfortable with myself. I never felt comfortable with the way I looked, with how thin I was, or anything like that. It was kind of like an eating disorder behavior. I didn't have an eating disorder, but it was kind of like that in a sense that I didn't want to gain weight. I've always had a fear of gaining weight, so I always just kind of ate when I needed to and just kind of, I don't know. The point is, I never really ate a lot. I was a picky eater, and even when it all kind of began, pretty much when I started having stomach problems at the age of 13, I kind of had eating disorder behavior in the way that I didn't want to eat, and it was really because of the pain I always felt. I never wanted to eat because every time I did eat, it hurt. So I kind of like either tried to stay away from eating, or when I did eat, I ate a very little amount. I was a very picky eater, and I still am. I still don't like to eat a lot, and I don't find food fun. It's not fun. It's not good. I don't know. I don't really like to eat. I only eat when I have to. But obviously that goes from my disease that I have. So I was at the most, I was like 110 pounds, you know, my whole life. Like when I stopped growing, obviously, my whole life I was 110 pounds, and I never fluctuated in weight, never lost weight, never gained weight. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I started to lose weight, and I lost like about 10, 15 pounds, I guess, going into like the mid 90s. So it doesn't seem like a lot of weight, but when you're very tiny to begin with, when you lose 10 pounds, 15 pounds, it looks like a lot of weight, and it's very dramatic. So that's what happened with me, and I started to freak out because I could not eat at all. I was throwing up everything I ate, and my body was just like not functioning because I had lost so much weight and it was so weak. So I had to go in the hospital, and when I went in the hospital, they announced that they were going to give me steroids, prednisone, 40 milligrams of prednisone. And we all know how much fun that drug is. Not. That was the beginning of weight gain, and like I said before, I had a fear of gaining weight. So you can imagine how frightening it was to gain weight without even having control, as you guys have known before. So I didn't even start gaining weight till probably about 4 months of being on it, and I was constantly on prednisone for 40 milligrams for the entire time I was on prednisone. And then the times that I wasn't on 40, I was on 60, because in the hospital they give you more. And every time I tried to wean off of it, I had such bad withdrawal symptoms, I had to get back on it, like for safety, because my body would like shut down because I didn't have it. And when I was on it, I didn't eat a lot, and I never gave in to my cravings that I had. So I didn't eat a lot, and I still gained weight. So the whole myth about like people just gain weight on prednisone because they overeat is a lie. I didn't overeat, I hardly ate, and I still gained weight. It has nothing to do with that. It's really just like everything you do eat, everything you do drink, the water and salt just stays in your body. It's just like, just just stays in your body and causes the bloating and everything that happens, the moon face, everything. So I started to freak out because I gained weight uncontrollably, and it's just a scary thing. And it got to the point where I was so self-conscious about myself that I didn't even want to see anyone. I shut like everyone out. People would want to come out and see me, and I would just be like, no, I don't want to see anyone. And don't shut people out. You need them the most when you're going through stuff like that. You need their comfort and support. A lot of people go through this with having a chronic illness, and you just have no control over it, and it's not your fault. So if you gain weight or you're losing weight, whether you're on prednisone or any other drug, or your body is just not absorbing anything, it's just not your fault, and you can't get upset at yourself. Like, it's just, you have no control over it, and it's a scary thing, but it's just not your fault. And I can remember just like looking in the mirror and just feeling so self-conscious. Like I couldn't accept it. I didn't even want to look in the mirror. Like every time I did look in the mirror, I was just freaked out, and I just didn't like what I was seeing. And then you go through the phase where like you want to see if your old clothes still fit because you want to wear something. You want to wear something that you're familiar with. You want to feel like you're still you. So you try to try on clothes that are still in your closet that might fit you. And when you do try them on, they don't fit, and they don't even come close to fitting. And that's a really harsh reality too, because now not only are you gaining weight without any control and no way to stop it, but now you can't even be yourself. You can't wear your clothes that you're used to wearing. You can't express yourself the way that you're used to expressing yourself. And I found this especially challenging because I had this, this closet full of such beautiful clothing, and I can't wear it. And it was heartbreaking. I know we all go through that. Like it's kind of like a joke, but it's real. Like we all have like 3 different types of wardrobes. One for when you lose weight, when you're like really malnourished. One group of clothing for when you're normal and you're stable, and then one group of clothing for when you're bigger than you're supposed to be because of weight gain from drugs. And it's really true. I mean, I have like 3 different kinds of sizes of pants, shirts, everything. Like my closet is like filled with so many clothes because it's like I can't throw away any of those things because I need them. I never know when I'm gonna need them, and I need to make sure I have those. And so I remember going to the mall, and people just really judge you. And people that you've known before, they don't know what you're going through, and they like look at you and they're probably thinking like, how did she gain so much weight? Like, look how much weight she gained, what's going on with her? And it's just like, they don't know what you're going through. They don't know that what you're taking makes you look like that. And it's not that you're lazy or that you're not taking care of yourself. It's simply that you're on a drug that is doing that to you, and you have no control over it. And it's really hard to accept. Really hard. I'm still having a hard time with that. I mean, I've lost all the weight now, but I'm going to be going back on prednisone again, and that's like a fear again to like gain weight, because you just feel like it's not you, and it's really hard to accept. It's really hard. So if you're going through that, you're very strong. I mean, very, very strong. It's a really difficult thing to handle, and you would never know how difficult it was unless you actually went through it, because it's just one of those things. People will say, oh, you look fine, you just gained a couple pounds, you'll lose it right away. But if it was them, they would be like crying in their room because they don't look like themselves, and they can't wear their clothes that they love, and they feel like you can't go out because you just feel so isolated because you don't want anyone to see your face. And it's really hard. It's a lot more to it than just the gaining weight. I mean, there's a lot that goes into that. It really tugs at your self-esteem and your confidence. And I never really had a lot of confidence to begin with. So, the little that I did have got crushed when I took prednisone and gained all that weight. So I would go to the mall to find new clothes probably like twice a week, because I was trying to find clothes. I complained to my mom that I didn't have any clothes, so we'd go look at clothes, but then I would complain when we got there because nothing fit right because I didn't like the way it looked, and I would just cry and have the biggest breakdown every time we tried to go try stuff on because I couldn't accept what was happening, and I couldn't accept that's what I really looked like. I didn't want to look like that, and it was just a nightmare to feel like I looked like that, you know? And the thing I want to tell you is you're not alone. If you're going through that, you're not alone. We all go through that. We all lose weight uncontrollably and gain weight uncontrollably. And you're beautiful either way, but you have to tell yourself you're beautiful because you have to accept it. And you kind of have to like rock it. Like, so what if you gained a couple pounds from prednisone? It'll go away. It'll go away. And if gaining some pounds means that you can be healthier, then so be it. Because I've realized being thin and healthy and dying is not good. So if a drug can help you and one of the side effects is that it makes you gain weight, well then I think that's a good price to pay if it's going to help you live. So it's just, you have to accept it, and it's hard, but either way, weight loss, weight gain, you're still you. It's just that your outside appearance has just changed, but it's still you, and you have to remember that. So keep that in mind if that's happening to you. And I mean, I was on it for like 7 months, and I gained like 30 pounds on it. And I lost the weight in about 4 or 5 months without exercising or anything. So sometimes you can lose it pretty fast without doing anything, because I have rheumatoid arthritis too, so I can't exercise. It'll make me flare up worse. But just know that weight does go away. It does. Once you're off the drug, it goes away. So you don't have to deal with that forever, just until the side effects kind of calm down a little bit. And the weight gain is hard enough to deal with, but the weight gain is not the only side effect of these drugs. So not only do people with the chronic illness that have to take drugs that make them gain weight uncontrollably have to deal with that, but they have to deal with all the other side effects that are going on inside their body, like, you know, the insomnia, damage to their bones. Things like prednisone have a huge list of things that it causes long term. So not just the weight gain that's a problem, it's all the side effects, but the one that everyone sees and the one that is most hurtful to your self-esteem and to who you are is the weight gain. I feel passionate about this topic because I know I get so many messages and so many comments on how someone hates the way they look because they have a moon face and they just keep gaining more weight, and it's just so frustrating for them because they can't figure out what to wear and how to even be themselves in this new body because it's not them. And I know how you feel. I know how you feel so much. Like, I really feel for you because I go through it all the time too, and it sucks that, it really does, it sucks that if you have a chronic illness that has to do with inflammation, I mean, we're constantly going to be losing weight and gaining weight without any control, and we're constantly going to be on these drugs that have some bad side effects like prednisone, which makes you gain weight, and it's hard to know that you're going to have to be on that on and off for probably a long time. It's hard because just as I just got back to how I normally am, I have to go right back on it because I'm losing weight so fast again. So it's just like a constant battle, but you guys are so strong and you're not alone. You're not alone. I've dealt with this already a lot, and there's so many people out there doing the same thing. So just don't push yourself too hard to lose the weight, or don't be too hard on yourself that you are gaining weight, because it's not your fault. You didn't do anything to deserve this. You just need to just do the best you can to just accept it, and just know that you're not alone with this, because we all deal with this who have a chronic illness that take these drugs like that. So I just wanted to tell you guys that, and I hope I can make you feel less alone and know that you guys are so strong. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.